Alrighty then. Good morning. Oh God. Oh, that's not the button. Ah! Push the button. Push the button. Push the button. Boop. There it is. Hi. How you doing? G'day, guys, and welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Deados again, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep my lights on, and help me eat solid food. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello.
Morning.
Welcome.
Hello.
Ah, it's so good to see your smiling faces. How are we all today? Good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah. Do we get up to much or anything? Yeah? Anyone?
I ran a game yesterday.
Nice. Did you kill Neil?
I'm not
No,
in her
he's
game.
not in my games, so I could not kill
There's
Neil.
always room for a bit more Neil killing in everyone's games. I
Or
feel like
just
that's
quit.
the-
They did discover
I'll just
a
quit
corpse,
work
so
and
we
go
can
play in
pretend
everyone's
that
games.
was
That's it.
Neil.
Play in everyone's
Aw.
games. Excellent. Witchy Mama, when to
Just
go...
play an NPC called Neil every time.
That's true, yeah.
Oh my
everyone just
God,
needs
no.
an NPC. You know, it's basically going to be... at this rate in my channel, Neil is just
Give
going to
them a lot
become
of
like
luck.
something akin to the Wilhelm scream. It'll just be Neil's big, raucous laughter when he fails another death save. Witchy Mama went to go see the in-laws. Well, if the in-laws are anything like your delightful and amazing husband, I'm sure you had a great time. If, however, they're not like that, well... Sorry. No, actually, you know what? For those of you who don't know, and I hope you don't mind me outing this, but Chu, who is in a relationship with Witchy Mama, was actually one of my first two fans when I started my channel. Him and Laura Bones were my two first fans right at the start of everything. So, you know, there's always a special place in my heart for Chu and his family, as well as Laura and their family as well. Very, very big love. Very, very big reminder of how far I have come in what is relatively a short amount of time. So it's always good to see you. Yay. Well, give him a big squeeze when you go to bed as well, and you know, like do it really sensually, right? Like just for me. I mean, if you want to, right? Go behind your husband. And by the way, I'm only recommending this to this one person. Please don't everyone do this, right? Go behind your husband, right? Just like squeeze him close, get your arms around, and just whisper into his ear, right? Very softly, very, very delicately, and just go, "Dag says hi." Okay, just do that. Just do that for me, okay?
That's not ominous at all.
just the intimate hug beforehand would definitely like piece de resistance on that one.
Hug from Dag.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hug from Dag. Okay. Now, before we kick off, guys, we do have some people to thank, apart from, of course, our wonderful audience, which we will get to in just a moment. But first, we have, of course, our lovely and amazing sponsors who keep the channel alive. And honestly, at this point in time, I will be honest, right? These sponsors do not put money in my hand. I feel like some people have asked me this very recently, especially because I'm obviously also running my own donations and stuff like that. But I will tell this. As far as these people go, one, these are companies which I believe in. I believe in these three different products, which is why I use them for my games. They make my games better, they make me a better GM, and I recommend them for other people. Secondly, is they were at stages where they were providing me financial support. But I, as a content creator, decided to put down a little bit of my own social media presence. Like, I stopped being as promoting. I stopped like putting stuff on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff because honestly it was taking too much away from my games, and I much rather create a good experience here than waste time piss farting around with, you know, the social media grind. So I did not feel like it was in my good conscience to charge these people for my advertising and stuff like that. So for those of you who are watching this particular one that I'm mentioning this, understand that when I do give these sponsorship credit, it is because they are wonderful products and things that I highly recommend that people do. So starting with, of course, Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see on screen here. All the characters that you see are made using Hero Forge, which can be used to 3D print models that you can use at home. They are also going to be doing a Kickstarter for some dice that will also have Hero Forge models thrown into the center of them, which is very exciting. So go check out the Hero Forge website. You can find the links to the Kickstarter there. That'll be coming up very soon. We then have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects you will hear over the course of today's session. We have learnt that there are a number of very, very interesting sound effects that exist within the Sirenscape sounds. Now, every game deserves to sound and immerse your players in the world that you're playing. But there is literally this one sound effect, which I absolutely love, called Final Boss Stab. Right? Final Boss Stab was amazing. And I'm going to play it again because it was so good this morning, okay? So just brace yourself for this, right? Okay, here we go. This is Final Boss Stab. I pull out my knife. I look at the boss up and down. And then I plunge it into his chest. Blood.
Each dramatic note change is a knife stab.
Honestly, fucking brilliant.
That's awesome.
It's like one of my favorite sound effects. And I was saying this morning. I want to use this sound effect anytime anyone dies for any reason, right? Like someone dies peacefully in their sleep and suddenly it's yeah, amazing. It's fantastic. Anyway, Sirenscape, wonderful and amazing array of sounds for you to be able to immerse your players, create ambient atmosphere, and have a great time doing so. It also has a lot of sound sets that are presets from modules. So if you are running modules like Curse of Strahd or some of the Pathfinder ones, they might have the actual entire sound set you would need for that adventure, including voice acted lines, sound effects of spells and magic, tons of stuff. So go check that out. Yeah, probably Marcus. And lastly, we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. Ta-da! We have maps, we have images, we have dice, we have a whole bunch of cool stuff. So, yes, Fantasy Grounds is another wonderful and amazing thing that we use to run our sessions and do our cool stuff. Yes, very good. Now,
Hey.
of course, every epic RPG starts with none other than the amazing group of collected characters that have come together in order to throw their lot in on a quest of epic proportion. To tell you about these characters and who is going to be playing them, we cast our attention now to the players themselves to tell you them about who they're playing today, starting with none other than our dear friend, OG Lava Kitten.
Hello. I am playing Lushara, who's an elven witch. She travels with her cat, Magnus, and she's now bonded with a half-elf from Castrovel. So she's got like a whole like collage of beings with her, especially if you include the pet rabbit that we picked up. But she's currently questing to find out what happened to herself, her missing moments, her twin brother, and the mysteries that they keep finding more threads to. So we're back home to find out more about the creature who created the curse and impacted the gates. But first, save Neil's character and not die and fight off the intruders and say hi to our new friend. But got it.
And I'm Scully, playing the gruff dwarf Bill Rotar, effectively the meat shield of the group, and because he doesn't do much thinking, he tries to let everyone else do all the thinking for him. Just point him in the right direction until smash. And by God, one fight, he'll hold onto his greatsword for more than 5 seconds.
Hello, I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion. I'm playing Rangul Drakebjorn. He is an Orc Lashunta thaumaturge. We still have a little bit to know about him, because he hasn't really told much of the party yet. But he said he would explain once we had some free time, as he decided to join them back to their home.
Hello, I'm playing Aelith, the elf ranger, who is also merged with an elf. and just trying to get through this battle and wondering, if we'll make it through with everybody we came with, or if we'll wind up running into a new person to join our team.
Don't jinx it.
Hiya, I'm Mac and I play Viv. They're an itty bitty puppet that summons an eidolon that's meant to look like what they can remember of their dear friend, their previous owner, before they gained cognizance. And in the course of the few months that they've had any level of cognizance, they've learned what it is to mourn. That's not going great for them, and it seems they're about to lose somebody else who they didn't really have time to get attached to. So they're not really sure what's happening at the moment anymore. But they just want to find their friend, maybe go back to not having cognizance. That would be great.
Hi, everyone.
Dak, what are you doing in the chat?
Nothing.
Dak, why are you stopping? Stop, Dak. I'll get you. I'll make it look like a bloody accident.
I'll make it look like a bloody accident. But I could, see? Power word kills, silence, modify memory. Perfect. Anyway, sorry, I'm just playing around. All right, thank you very much to my lovely players. And, of course, we would not be here without the kindness, the gratitude, and the generosity of our lovely chat. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for participating in our audience nonsense and having just the time and ability to, come and hang out and have a bit of fun. As such, we like to invite you behind the GM screen in order to have a bit of fun with us while we play. Because, why else do this live? So, first of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. This can be done through insight bonuses, inspiration, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine healing, divine intervention, and much, much more. All these cool things are just there to help my players get by. But if you do have some disposable income and you want to help out the Daggerino, we are currently doing a promotion for this game and tomorrow morning's game of Curse of the Crimson Throne with a Dag of Holding. What is the Dag of Holding, you ask? The Dag of Holding is a bag filled with magic items, artifacts, treasures, and objects and things from my personal home game, which every time we hit the $250 mark, I will provide to that table a item from these games in order to share a little bit of my offline backstory and history, as well as to share some of the very important and treasured parts of my experience in the RPG scene, doing all the cool stuff that you guys didn't get to see, either because I wasn't streaming at the time or stuff that I have since done since streaming. We had our first item unlocked in the in this morning's game, where I provided one of our players with the very first magic item that I ever received as a character, which was a spiked wall of chains, which is basically a series of spiked chains that could be used as a weapon that on a command word could erect as either a wall or a circle of spiked chains. So that was actually something that my character, who was a pain drinker, could do back in my early days. So yeah, we've unlocked a second one for that game as well, but we haven't gotten into that. But if we do hit the $750 mark for today, then I will provide another item to these, and same thing with Monday as well. So yeah, that's the Dag of Holding thing that we've got. So yay.
Yay.
Okay. Now, we have, of course, some monetary donations to help incentivize the Dag of Holding. First of all, for $5, you can donate to give a red mark to one of my players or a purple mark to me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. The jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things. Oh, excuse me. Ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, which act as not only a hero point, but also a special rare superpower that our heroes will get as a free action to do during the course of the game. Alternatively, you can get a draw from the deck of many plot twists and flashbacks, which they can use, which I use, as a sort of like a story prompt to inspire me to keep on my toes and to keep the narrative fluid by inserting random plot twists through the course of the game, and yeah, just making the game a little bit more unique. For $20, I will donate to give someone of your choice a coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes you just need shit to work, and a nat 20 is the easiest and best way to go about it. So a 20 for a 20 is exactly how that one works. We then have our $50 donation, which is a magic item of your choice. This can go to a player as either an item that you design as a magic, object, or something to wear, something to, enhance their weapons or whatever. You can ask me to design a set item for a particular character. This, of course, once they get their completed set of 5 pieces, will give them an extra bonus as well. Or alternatively, you can provide a magic item from a player's wish list as well. So that's the $50 donation. However, if you also woke up on the wrong side of the bed and decided, I'm going to be violent and ruin everything for everyone, then you can increase the difficulty of the encounter the group is facing by giving it a boss buff. The boss buff is a huge boost to the strength and power of the person that they are fighting. Yeah, this can change the circumstances of the fight. This can change how things are moving around. A whole bunch of different stuff can happen, but ultimately it is a major complication to the battle. Last and not least, we have our $100 secret menu item, which is, of course, a massive donation that comes with a huge amount of thanks because, honestly, these donations are the big ticket items here. Our $100 secret menu item is going to be... Ooh. Oh, do I pull the trigger on that? Wait. Oh, but it's such a good time for it too. Okay.
Do it, Dag. Do it, Dag.
You sure?
No,
Okay.
but you seem happy. I want you to be happy.
I am happy. I'm happy.
Okay. Start with a book, go back.
I want you to be happy.
All right. 4.
That's why I activate all the traps.
Oh, this is either going to be really good or really bad. For the $100 secret menu item, in today's session, somehow, somewhere, someplace in this location, Viv will find her child. I have in mind what I wanted to do, and it is around here. But if someone would like to pull the pin on that grenade, I will give that pin to our audience. Because this could be either really good or really bad depending on the sheer timing of this. At a perfect timing, it'll be great, be absolutely magical, be fantastic, reunited, and everything is good. At another timing, however, this could be a very M-rated show. So there we go. That's the whole thing. Okay. Well, without any further ado, ladies, gentlemen, Cookie Monster. Jesus Christ, man. When I said, it was a grenade pin, right? It's like, have you seen that thing of it's like, all right, now listen here. You see this? This is a button, okay? Now, when you push this button, you'll gain $1 million, but... No, you gotta let me finish, okay? If you push this button, if you push this button, you get $1 million. Where's my money? No. You'll get $1 million, but 1 million people will die. You done? Yeah, that's it. That's Steve. Okay, thank you, Cookie. Steve, thank you.
You get to pick when the child shows up.
That is
You
true,
get to
Cookie.
pick-
So you pick the moment. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Okay, I'll send you. I'll flick you. I'm gonna flick you a message, Steve. I'll flick you a message. It'll be after this fight, but I will let you pick the location. Okay, and that'll be it. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you.
Steve.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Without any further ado.
Flustering Dag.
Yeah, a little bit. That came a little too quick. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I snuck that one in partially because I didn't see Steve in the chat, and it's not because I'm avoiding Steve, right? It's not because I'm avoiding Steve. It's just because I'm always like, there's three people, McClover, Schooly Eye, and Steve. If anytime I put these words in my mouth, I'll always push the absolute limits if I haven't seen any of them in chat. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give you guys like a +10 mythic Vorpal, space weapon, and then
And
someone.
now you know
But
why I
now-
always do my donations before you get to that point, so don't get tempted.
That makes sense.
Now Stephen McClover just going to stay silent and chat until you said the secret menu item.
That's true.
Just
Just
like-
I was just double checking, and they almost died apart from the streak.
Yeah, that was it. Which I didn't see half the time because I'm freaking. Anyway, Steve, you are a legend. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get this started because I want to get into this today. So, without any further ado, when last we left our heroes, they were engaged in a heated battle against several hobgoblins. Which hopefully will... There it is. The hobgoblins have come in and begun attacking. As our heroes who have just landed back on Galarian in a large observatory at a place called Skywatch, Sakuichi, the scholar who was communicating with the elves from Castrovel that helped coordinate our heroes to be teleported back to Galarian, is trying to defend herself against the oncoming raiders. The battle has been bloody, and 4 hobgoblins have entered the fray, 2 of which have already been felled by our party. 1 remains quite injured, but the other, battling with Bilrotar, is still at large, still quite resilient and strong. But already, our new comrade, Rongil, has been laid down low. But we'll see. We shall see whether or not our heroes can overcome this battle. The first goblinoid gets to go as he attacks Bilrotar. Bilrotar, roll me a percentage, please.
And you've just had Jinx points donated, by the way.
Oh, yay! Thank you, Christina! Jinx for the old
That's
Daggerino.
That's off to a good start with a 10% roll.
10% roll, okay. All right, a 10% roll. So, as this hobgoblin steps up, you hear him bark orders. At which point, the second hobgoblin begins to lay down covering fire, launching a series of arrows at Bilrotar, which is 1 for the first hit as an arrow pierces your armored hide, being absorbed by your temporary hit points, thankfully, and a second attack, which is also hit, only dealing 3 points of damage, which again absorbed by your temporary hit points. But in that fleeting moment, as these arrows fly in your direction, Bill, you turn and you kind of look in that direction, trying to kind of defend yourself. In that swift moment, the goblin moves into your blind spot and will attack you from a new formation. Hobgoblins are very militaristic, and he intends to use your distraction to his advantage as he stabs you in the back of the leg with his first attack, turning around with a 180-degree spin. Ooh, he misses, but I'm going to jinx point that one. Let's see if I can do that a little better. It doesn't have to be great, but not a critical miss, thank you. I'll accept that. And unfortunately for him, he has to sacrifice an action to bark that order at the other goblin. So he is swung by, and Bilritar, as you've been hit in the back of the leg, you turn around and manage to dodge the last blade of the longsword as the hobgoblin swipes at you. But that is those hobgoblins, which then bring us to Lashara, who stands watching as Rongol, our fighter with the chakrams?
Thaumaturge with chakrams.
With the chakrams, has fallen down in front of you.
Yes, he's very conveniently dropped himself right there. Yes, I am going. Lushar is going to instantly just crouch down beside him to work on stabilizing him.
All right, make a medicine check.
Do I drop it on him or just throw it in the chat?
Drop it. Try dropping it on him. Then we'll see what happens.
Choop.
Cool. There you go.
Okay. There we go.
All right, that is a critical success,
Okay.
which I believe is 4d8 plus 10.
That'd be a full spell medicine. If it's just first aid, it's just.
Yeah, I was just
stabilize.
doing first aid to stabilize.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So...
No, okay. Well, in which case that'll stabilize. And you know what? Just because you did land a critical hit, quote unquote, I'll also give you a 1d8 plus 10. Just because I want to house rule that.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll be at 1 to 2.
Modifier.
Also, thank you, Mon Sterling, for the $15 15-bit donation.
Choop.
Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. What are your highs? What are your lows? What you been up to? What's good? Also, by the way, thank you to Raven New Zealand for the
I
follow.
don't know why
too.
that came out as Magnus, but there we go.
13
Okay,
health.
13 points of healing. Rongo?
Ooh.
Yeah.
30.
And Magnus should be on the board because I summoned him last time.
Very well. Please ping on the board where you would like Magnus to be.
We
Well,
also
just
need a
right
Vev
here.
on the board as well.
Why isn't it pinging? Just like adjacent to me.
Yeah, hold down spacebar and then pick somewhere.
Spacebar. Okay. No.
Hold spacebar
Rude.
and then,
Yeah.
and then double.
Not doing it for me. Do we have a? We have a ping mode. There we go.
All right.
Right there is fine.
Boom.
Okay. Okay. And then for her last action, she is. Wait a minute. I think I'm sustaining. Forbidding Ward on Bilritar. That's my last action.
All right. You begin to conjure your spells as your magic circle around and ward Bilritar, hopefully against next attack. Now, really quickly, Mon Sterling, thank you so much for the 1 bit. The statement, here's the last of my money. Why not go into debt? I will say this. All of the donations that come to the Dead Aussie Gamer are always greatly appreciated. They come with a very, very well-deserved amount of love that I feel from you guys and wish to reciprocate. But I will tell everyone this time and time again. I do not struggle. I do not, I live a good life. Please, if you are donating, donate generously, but always donate responsibly. I definitely want to make sure that you guys are also well off. You guys are eating well. You guys are looking after your friends and loved ones as well. I'm an entertainer. I love what I do. And your love is received whether or not it has a $sign in front of it. So thank you. Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay. That goes to you too, Cookie. Just saying, I am looking directly at you when I say this. So, who was next? It was Bilritar. I guess we should give you a turn, right? I mean, after all, we just like sat there just whooping your ass for like an entire round. Should give you a turn, I guess.
Well, Belritar, in the fury of effectively this guy trying to backstab him, in his furious rage, will not even consider his greatsword that's currently lying on the floor at his feet after falling out of his hands last turn, and will just unleash a flurry of punches and kicks as he's basically just shouting admonishments about the disrespectful nature of this soldier.
I love
right
it.
in his face.
All right, clenching your fists, you run up to the soldier and just start raging as you swing and you hit air.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice. Your second fist, however, does clock him square in the jaw, dealing 12 points of damage as his head twists violently to the side. His third attack comes down, and unfortunately, again, he manages to deftly dodge as Bill roars with all the adrenaline coursing through his veins.
Yep.
And that's it?
And it just ends with a big roar
Nice.
of fury.
Big amount of like dwarven like ale and potato smelling spittle just like flies from his mouth as he yells out. Sakuichi is gonna do her best. She casts sleep. Aha. On the goblin up the back. Oh no. Stop moving. There we go. Alright, sleep on the goblin up the back. Let's see if this works. The goblin saves against the sleep spell. She doesn't want to kill this goblin, but the goblin is leaving her very, very, very little choice. She takes her spear and throws it. And she misses. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
trying so hard.
I'm not a fighter. Okay, Viv, we now come to you.
Hi. All right, let's see.
Welcome, tiny doll.
Rock, sock 'em. All right, let's see.
Rock, sock, doll bots.
Doll butts. 15. Okay. Probably can't get within 15 feet with just one move, can I? Don't think I can.
Within 15 feet of the one up the top.
Yeah, to here. Or whoever's closest.
Well, you need a 30-foot move.
I'm unfortunately itty bitty puppet. I have tiny legs.
Yeah, well,
I do not have that move. What I will do instead is take out one of my buttons, one of my trusty buttons.
Ah! Oh, my eye!
Ow!
Oh, you mean like another button? I thought you meant like your puppet eyeball.
Yeah, Viv isn't doing too great.
She just rolls around the corner to see things.
What are the trusty buttons in their little pocket? Let's see. Okay. Okay, you.
Who, me?
The one being very rude to Bill Rotar is going to hopefully get a button in the face.
Button in the face. Button in the face. You go, as it flies up and
buttons on my
just
fingers.
plink.
I got buttons on my fingers so they just can't stop.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm just gonna move up here so I can be next to.
All right. As you throw a button at this poor guy, who's very confused as to what you've done, you make your way over to Sakuichi. Sakuichi is very surprised. Are you traveling with the other Viv, like the Eidolon?
Yeah, I'm the Eidolon and then just holding the puppet.
Yeah. Sakuichi will try to like sort of stand in front of you, so that like you know she's kind of like guarding you from the archer at the back line.
Oh wow, that's a miscommunication. I was gonna do that for you. I'm sorry.
You're a child. Please don't be silly.
Oh no, I'm not a child. I'm just a sentient puppet.
How old are you?
We don't need to talk about that.
You're a child. Stand back. Do not worry, child. I will protect you.
You're a child.
Even though I am a notable NPC and my death would indeed grind our entire adventure to a halt, I will take the blows for you, tiny child.
Don't!
Because
you don't have to!
I have to, but unfortunately there is something in my moral code that refuses to allow me to let something that has the visage of a child get into the middle of a battle.
Why do people have so many morals at the worst time?
Because you haven't made many friends since you started this adventure, and this person's like, how do I be friend shaped? I have to look after child will protect. That's it. All right.
Okay, I love being so productive. I love helping people.
Sakuichi, she picks you up like Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, pulls out a machine gun, just starts like, you stay away from her, you bitch. Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, that's it. Aelith, you're up next.
Okay, I am going to do a precision shot at the archer. So let's see how this goes.
Nice. Oh, that's a hit.
Alrighty. Please.
Your arrow flies loose and thwack hits him square between the eyes and knocks the goblin onto its back. Its bones crack as it hits the ground, splattering dead. Thankfully, every single creature in this game of Pathfinder is made of a bag of blood. So the moment they die, they pop like a balloon.
All right. I am going to then strike at the last one.
Nice. Turning your attention, you move over. A 90-degree shot. Oh no! Unfortunately for you, there is one individual who is right between you and the target in question. I will need you to make another attack, this time against Bilrata, if you would be so kind. Please give yourself a +2 bonus to attack, as Bilrata is flat-footed and does not expect to be shot in the back.
Oh, whoops. All right.
Twice in the
Hold
back,
on a minute.
Bill.
What is going on there, modifier? Alright, why isn't it? Sorry, I'm working on it.
To be fair, it's fine. It's not the last time I suspect Bill will get shot by an ally. or possibly has in the past. If you think about if he ran in front of all the troops, and all the archers were still shooting behind him.
It's true. It's very
So
true.
is this considered my third shot? So
No, this would be considered your second shot.
oh boy.
Yeah.
I will stab him with all the arrows.
Thwack! A solid thunking sound is heard as Bilrata is struck in the back. Bilrata, roll your damage, Aelith. You don't
There's
have
another archer here.
Yeah, you don't have Hunter's Mark or any of that other stuff. So yeah, make sure you use your lowest one.
Oh boy. I'm sorry.
I mean, it could be worse. You could have shot the puppet. 7 points of damage as Bilrata takes that hit.
Oh no.
All right, you have one more action.
No, because I did the
The precision shot. Yep, you're right.
precision shot. Yep.
Right.
Sorry.
Look at us getting used to the rules. Look at us go.
Okay. After Aelith, we then go to Rongel. Rongel, you slowly begin to come to on the ground. You're laying in a pool of blood. You pull yourself up. In the haze, you see only one hobgoblin still remaining.
Oh. Okay. I turn and see Lushara has just healed me up, and I say, "Thank you, Blue Elf. I am in your debt." And I will stand up as one action, I guess. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, take it up to there, and 5, 10, 15 as I throw my chakram at this guy.
All right. Getting up. Clearly suffering from some kind of concussion. You take your blade and you hurl it. Whoof, with no hesitation whatsoever.
Oh, come on.
Clang, 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 clang.
If you were hit with it, does that mean you're just taken out of your own like flank? Just,
You teleport
Oh
it back
yeah,
to
I
your
just
hand.
rip it out of me.
All right. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use a jinx point.
What?
All right. With a jinx point, as you attempt to draw it back to you, before it lands, as you throw it, you watch as the expert swordsman that is this very, very talented hobgoblin sees your chakram flying through the air. Using the tip of his blade, he attempts to stab through the center of the chakram. What is your class?
Oh, you
DC?
son of a bitch. 20.
20?
Yeah.
Ooh, I will use a jinx point to reroll that.
already used a jinx point to do.
Oh.
With a 25, he stabs through its center. And as
You
he has the
bitch.
chakram spinning, it has not ended its attack. He is going to then hurl it back at you. Rongol, I need you to make an attack against yourself.
Ah. Using his strength.
Why do you have 2 nickels? It's
I'll
really
just
weird.
use yours for his strength. He has a.
Because I have a 4, so I can just minus it.
Or
no, I have a 2, so
yeah, -1, but only to the
Okay.
damage. Actually, no.
okay.
Technically speaking, it would still use your strength because it's carrying your momentum.
What? You...
It's not like he stopped it and then threw
That
it again.
doesn't seem fair.
It's a 1.
Okay, good. Oh.
Jinx point, reroll it.
No! That's 3 jinx points just to kill me.
Maybe.
Oh. Okay. Whew.
Okay, yeah, fine. It flies off in a different direction and you catch it. Okay. So that was his. That was a reaction
though.
that he used to do that. His first action, he is going to stab Bilritar with a mighty blade. Bilritar, you take 10 points of damage. He is then going to use that momentum again to land another. Oh, to critically miss is what he's going to do.
Enjoy your jinx points.
Ah! I did a thing.
Okay. What do we
Number
get for
3
that's a
for the crit fumble card.
yeah, oh, for 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That is until healed, he is clumsy 2. He is overreached and his arms strain. So clumsy 2, eh? Let's give him that real quick. Clumsy 1, which we then upgrade.
I forgot why I was clumsy, but
to
I'll
clumsy
keep
2.
it.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. I'm just losing chat real quick. Mon Sterling. Yes, absolutely. There are a number of ways you can influence the game. Be sure to check out our channel points, which you can use to absolutely do stuff, or our donations, which we didn't pin in chat today, but boom. That is how we give, that is how we modify and annoy the dice rolls during the stream. So feel free. That was his,
That was second attack.
that was his second attack. You know what? Third attack. Let's do it. I'm feeling lucky. You ready, Bill Rita? I can pretty much only do this on a natural 20. Oh, wait, 1 second. Cookie Mon Steve has come in with a $25 donation. Option being back for people with no money. Yeah, that's the channel point thing. So, the channel point thing, you want to use inspiration on the person you want to give inspiration to. That would be how you give a d20 roll to someone. 4 Jinx points and a hero point for Rongol. Oh, thank you.
Aw, thank you.
All right, Rongol, here's your hero point.
Yay. I'm gonna need those to actually just hit anything.
Okay. I'm not going to use my jinx point on this one.
Okay.
There isn't enough
number
chaos
4.
today. Isn't enough chaos. Okay, I'll fix that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Unless you succeed a reflex save, your target gains possession of your weapon.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, well, shit, and I'm clumsy on top of it. This is not good. It's not well. I don't think I'm gonna do this. It's going to pretty much fuck me. Let's see. Yeah, not that to fuck me. Okay, yeah, you get. So yeah, Bilratar, you
So
now
get-
have a longsword.
So I guess cinematics, he went for the swing and Bill just followed it through and almost disarmed him on the swing. Okay.
That'll do it. Okay. So as you as he swung, you've kind of grabbed the weapon off him. He is a little bit alarmed, but he is not perturbed. He looks at you with the vicious eyes that only a hobgoblin can give someone. As we then go to Lashara.
Okay, this guy. This guy.
This guy.
Bill's in the way.
This guy.
This
She's
guy got
going
upgraded
to put her hands in the air, make a gesture, and form a hex over this hobgoblin that comes down on him. And let's see if it gets him. This is Void Warp. All right.
Ooh.
He has made
Aha.
the save, which
He
will
made
not
that save.
damage.
It's so frustrating. And she
That's
will...
half, I think, right? Or does it?
It halves, yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh, okay.
2d4
Yeah, basic saves are always halves.
void damage with a basic fortitude save. Wasn't a critical. Okay, cool. All right. So he takes. Wait. Target takes 2d4 void damage with a basic
If
fortitude
you okay, so
save.
if you look on the actual spell, you should be able to just drag and drop it, and it'll automatically calculate that.
Ah, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Put that back down. Gotta grab
Put the
him.
save down. Put it down.
Yeah. Get in there.
There we go. He takes 5 damage.
That didn't half it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, he
I'll
gets
fix
half
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll fix it. All right. Done. Okay. Lashara, you have one last action. You can issue a command to Magnus if you'd like.
Yeah, you know what? Well, well, he is disarmed. Okay, she'll send tell Magnus to
I want to point out, you
attack him.
remember Magnus is a Hellcat, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
and he's disarmed now. So yeah, she's going to tell him to attack.
All right. Magnus leaps over with a vicious and mighty roar. This giant flaming saber-toothed cat leaps into action, flying over in order to attack this creature.
Oh no.
Whoops.
One of those days.
Magnus.
Magnus was so excited. It had been so. You see, this is what happens when your animal companion's out of practice. It just doesn't happen. So it just leaps into the pick a number between 1 to 5.
Oh dang it! All right, let's go with 2.
Magnus licks them.
All right, 2. He's fatigued. He puts everything, and I mean everything, into the approach. Like, you watch as he like goes back and forth.
Oh, it's okay, Magnus. You'll get him next time. You'll get him next time.
The fire goes out.
Yeah, it's just like starts smoking a little bit. You know, it's just
It's smoldering.
unfortunate. Speaking of smoldering,
Oh.
Bilratar.
Okay. So now wielding the longsword that he's claimed.
Which he didn't even need. Just all of a sudden.
He's effectively going for the ultimate level of disrespect at this point to basically kill him with his own weapon.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, is it disrespectful, or are you just helping him fall on his own sword?
Well, that is true. So, for the first action, it's just a standard swipe across the guy's chest.
Reverse seppuku.
That'll hit.
Okay.
For 9 points of damage. Ooh, I think this might bring you to... It does. The do or die coin. All right, do you want to try for the do or die? You got
no,
two more.
because
You got, yeah, I was going to say.
I
You got,
know, but I sorry, I was lining it up for that second attack.
all right,
So the
let's do
second
it.
attack, instead of a slash,
Yeah, I did
with
it.
it being versa, he switches to basically the piercing to try and drive it through his chest.
Nice.
As I will also be using my furious finish to drive the remaining bit of my rage into the damage if this hits.
All right, I love it. Let's do it.
Okay.
That'll hit.
Right, so I switch it to piercing, and there are 6 rounds left on my rage that adds an extra 6 to the damage of this.
Nice. All right. As you channel the last of your rage directly through the blade into the body of this creature, he... last but not least says... Glory. Glory to the obsidian. And he dies.
Ooh.
Glory to the obsidian.
And with that, Bill starts panting as with that sudden drop of adrenaline, he becomes fatigued as well.
The gargoyle falls to the ground also. It's like, oh my
all right.
god.
And with that, the battle
That,
draws to its end.
well, that was exciting.
Sakuichi takes a few deep breaths. Oh, thank you. They've been on my tail ever since me and my traveling companions arrived here. Welcome to Skywatch.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hello.
Why are they hunting you?
Well, that's a bit of a long story, and one I'm not sure exactly where to begin. Well, those people from the criminal organization known as the Obsidian Oath. They first spotted me and my companions when we were wandering the streets of Skywatch. I'd been brought here due to, reasons. And, well, once they found us, they wanted me to use my expertise to read the stars through this telescope that they had. It was there that I managed to call for help, but little did I realize that the help I was signaling was from another world, and, well, so far away. But it gave me good counsel to come up with a few ideas. When Aleli told me that there were people that might be able to help, I was ecstatic and was very eager to have any kind of freedom from this.
Yes,
glad we
well,
could help.
she's... Oh,
Yes?
Go ahead, Lashara.
well, Lily said, you can help us with, learning more about the Black Frost Well. Which is apparently what was interfering with the Eudara.
Yes. You see, according to prophets from my hometown of Aminuit, the quest that I am on is supposed to save my people from a great and powerful evil. As we were saying in our conversations, neither of us believe that the portents given by the stars, along with the fortuitiveness of your arrival and your coincidental touching from this black frost whale, I don't believe they are unrelated. I believe that our meeting was indeed fated, and I believe you are all here and supposed to help me on my quest, because I have learned that my quest must take me across these lands, past the icy ridge, to the lands of Sarcosis, formerly known as the World Wound. I'm sure you all already know, in not too distant past, the World Wound was fraught with dangers. Demons of every kind regurgitating from a world scarred in the middle of the continent. And only after the Shining Crusade was able to defeat the great archdemon there, the World Wound seems to have quieted, but it's still remnant with lots of the scars of battle, demons who still wander its realms, and, well, I hate to sound like an inexperienced, naive traveler, but I am. I came to Skywatch on my route, and, well, there were a number of other travelers with me to help me navigate. I need your help finding them.
Sounds exciting. I'm in.
Oh. Okay. That was, surprisingly easy.
Hello, Rangul, by the way.
Sakuichi. And the rest of you?
I'm Lushara, and this is Magnus.
A pleasure.
I'm Aelith.
Bill's still panting and trying to catch his breath, almost leaning on the sword as a staff at this point. Bill. Bill retired, there is, yes.
Well, take a moment. Catch your breath. We will need to travel to try and find our allies. There is perhaps somewhere where we can find some measure of help. A group of mercenaries who aren't associated with the raiders, known as the Smiling Wolves, have set up camp nearby the observatory. If we can get out and escape the raiders, we can make our way towards the Smiling Wolves camp. Maybe get their assistance in trying to find my companions.
All right. And can I tell if if there's any, are we immediate danger, or can we take a little bit to kind of patch ourselves up?
We are going to presume you are patching yourselves up. I will give you guys time to do that separated from the conversation.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Right. Well, it seems like our needs align, so of course we'll help you. And she'll kind of glance at the rest of the group to see that hopefully they are in alignment.
Of course.
She looks at
I'm here
everybody
to
else.
fight.
Yes. Right. Well, we'll just patch ourselves up and I guess make our way to this Smiling Wolves camp.
All right. Patching yourselves up, you take a little bit of time looking about, The raiders seem to be all over the observatory, though they haven't yet noticed that their watch hasn't returned from up in the top of the observatory. Now, you don't have time for a long rest, but after you have healed yourself, you find that there is a way for you to climb out and onto the streets via the large telescope. Simply scaling over it, following each other, and following Sakuichi, you begin to make your way down. What I need from everyone is a stealth check to try and do all of this without being noticed by the guards.
Oh boy.
You might need to disable player vision for that map, because without tokens we won't see it.
Oh, yes.
No, you shared it, but yeah.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
And you guys are currently here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Stealth check.
Oh boy.
Check stealth, check stealth, check.
Oh, so great.
my gosh.
Oh, would the clumsy be gone by the way then? On me?
Hey, how long does the clumsy status from the last world last? All right. Where is yours? Wow,
It
Magnus
should
is
be at
very
8 then instead of 7. Doesn't matter much, but
All right, Magnus is. I don't know why he has a -4, but
Because you rolled society rather than stealth.
oh, why does it always grab the wrong one? It's like right there. Okay, let's try that again.
I just double click them.
There we go. Magnus is very stealthy.
All right.
Shara not so much because she's tripping around because she's clumsy.
All right, that's a pretty good set. Let's see how the goblins know. Ha 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 ha. So as you are scaling down, you pass by one of the windows where it's like, how many times do we have to tell you to throw the bucket once you're done with the bathrooms? And they open the window, just about to throw this big bucket of, like, God knows what directly at Aelith as, like, she's just there. It's like, but we're not done yet. What do you mean you're not done yet? The bucket's full. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Look, you want me to show you? He closes the window and goes back inside. And then you keep going down and get onto the streets.
He's like, ew.
As you do so, the first thing that happens is you all start to feel dizzy. Let's see.
Really quick,
No.
Well, I mean, I technically have to do this on the rest.
We're not resting.
But no, from not a long rest, just it's a thing I've got. It's called root magic. I was gonna pull Lushara aside and just say, thank you for healing me, by the way, from before. Here, have this. And I give you, it's a pouch of herbs and roots and stuff. This will help protect you against magic and stuff alike to that. The first time that day the ally attempts a saving throw against a spell or haunt, they get a +1 circumstance bonus to the roll. +2 if I'm an expert in occultism, which I am not. So that'll be something I work on. So it's just a +1 to saves against spells and haunts.
Are you telling me that because you think that this is a spell or a haunt?
No, I need to give it to someone.
Okay.
But I'm also thanking her from earlier, so.
Okay.
That was technically earlier before we left. But yeah.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
As I was saying, the moment your feet
Sorry.
touch the streets, you start to get a strong sense of vertigo. The world is difficult to grasp. Everything seems to be moving and shifting, twisting and changing. The paths around you seem to, like, fight against your ability to orientate. You walk down one street, moving forward and following the road as straightly as you can until you find yourself walking back towards the observatory. You take a moment to lean and catch your breath, and you realize that you're leaning on a window to a toy shop. But what you're seeing is a reflection of yourself from behind in the window in front of you. Things are just confusing in every way, shape, or form. At this point in time, after you've traveled for a little bit, a young man dressed in sealskin approaches, and you can't understand some of his words. He seems to sort of be muffled. He waves over excitedly, and you see Sakuichi. That's Anuma? Inoma! Here! She's like waving, but as she does, she seems to like topple over a bit. You watch as this man walks over and immediately begins to rifle through a bag. He places spectacles on your eyes, and he does so for each of you. These ones have very, very thin, narrow slits in them instead of the full scope. Does nothing but like basically limits your vision to that thin line. The moment that happens, the nausea begins to dissipate. Sakuichi, are you okay? Yes, no, I'm okay now. What was that? This place has a kind of enchantment on it. It is impossible for people to navigate their way through here. The less you see, the more you see. Your friends? Who are these people? She briefly
Rongul
explains.
just closes his eyes.
No, I gave you the glasses to... It's fine. Anyway,
Oh.
She explains very briefly who you are, and that you guys are looking for the Smiling Wolves. Inuma says, they're the ones who have helped me as well. Come, I know where they are. Just this way. He leads you through some winding streets, through seemingly strange turns. You swear you've turned left at least a half dozen times. But eventually, you find yourself on the docks near a large river. As you...
Viv has a question.
Who does?
Viv.
I do.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Sorry, just before we left the area, was it actually a toy shop we were seeing, or was it just a hallucination?
Oh, it was a toy shop. Yeah, sure. It was like more an abandoned toy shop, sorry, to be clear. Like, no one lives in Skywatch.
Oh, okay,
I mean, no one lives in Skywatch. It's just an old, ancient, abandoned city.
Okay. Just was curious.
Okay. So, as you arrive at the camp, let's go with... Is this going to be good? Give me a good noise. No, that is a tropical camp. Let's try... Ooh, let's try this one. Come on, give me something good. Oh, yeah, I like that. All right. As you approach the rustic encampment, you hear the sounds of howling. Human howling, but... As you enter the camp. The calls begin to die down, and a tall man approaches. Well. What do we have here? Some more strays that have just Wandered in looking to join the wolf pack, huh? First we found this one, and now he's found his mate. You watch as Inuma sort of blushes a little bit. No, this is Sakuichi, the woman I told you about. Ah, right. He winks over at Inuma. Well, pleased to meet you. My name's Matt. Welcome to the Smiling Wolves camp. You can make yourself comfortable, but keep your head on a swivel. Everyone here is a mercenary through and through, and nothing comes cheap or for free. Except for the company and the fire.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A drink sounds great.
Sure. Head over to the fire. You can speak to Cookie. He's got a drink for you.
Ah, amazing.
They're waiting.
Cookie!
As you head over to
It says
Cookie.
you got a drink.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got a drink for you. Come over here, lad. Here. Have a drop of
Yes.
this. You watch as he pours out like this this beer from a from like a large like mason jar type thing. He hands it over to you in a tin cup. Go on then, that'll put some hair on your chest, lad. That'll be 5 silver pieces.
Ah, shit.
He
Here
waits
you go.
until, yeah, he takes 5 silver off you, and you know you hear him.
Wait, no, he said it was free. He said
Oh no, he said the fire was free and the company was free.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right.
How is it that how is it that words come out of my mouth and the immediate Neil reaction is to make a mistake? Like
It's fine. I was waiting for you to question the type of currency because Rungo won't have currency from this world. He'll have silver from
yeah,
the
true.
other.
oh, you
I have
probably have
silver
different
from
color.
the
You
other
probably have
place.
different types of like coin press, but would still say that you'd have silver and stuff, and yeah, but that would be kind of cool. Anyway,
I have Monopoly money.
sure, you probably have something actually way more expensive than silver, to be honest. Like
Oh,
like,
true, yeah.
but yeah. Ooh, and you watch as Matt looks back and he goes, "That boy's not gonna last." Anyway, so like 2 seconds in camp, immediately gets scammed. By the way, you are aware that you've paid effectively for like 2 weeks at a like Airbnb for the cost of like a cup of ale. Just to be clear.
My
Oh,
gargle
boy.
doesn't know.
No, it's fine. So,
So,
yep.
Matt, why are y'all all here?
Oh, boss suggested that we may find something or another pertaining to some sort of wizard, witchy, mumbo jumbo stuff. And you know what the boss says and the boss wants, the boss gets.
Is the boss here?
Oh yeah, no, but we can't just let anyone come in and see the boss. You've got to kind of like prove that you're not out to kill people and stuff. Though
Isn't that what mercenaries do?
huh?
Isn't that what mercenaries do?
Well, not just kill people. I mean, that's a bit of an overstatement. For example, we are couriers. We, take people from place to place, making sure that they're safe.
But you are also out to kill people. Not that's your whole thing, just that is one of the things.
A lot of people, like, sort of in the back, sort of, like, start chuckling and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, okay, and we kill people. Okay, sure. But, I'm just saying it's not all we're about.
I know. That's fair. Well, I guess
He sort of leans down and looks at Viv and says, You're quite knowledgeable about the world for someone your age, little one.
I've read a lot of storybooks.
Nice storybooks.
Yeah.
And what did you say your name was again?
For the first time, Viv seems hesitant to give her name for some reason. She also didn't give her name to Sakuichi. Viv. Viv.
Well, you don't have to worry, Viv. He kind of like half mockingly does the little like hesitant voice as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're safe here.
Well, thank you. We aren't planning to stay for too long, though. I guess we both have something we're looking for, and I think we're meant to help each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I'd suggest you're right on that. Sakuichi speaks up at this point. I'm actually looking for my other companions. Inuma would probably have mentioned them. Yeah, no, yeah, he mentioned that there are a few of you out and about here. Look, I'd love to be able to help, but you know, again, we've got to eat and we've got our own quest here to be dealing with. Please, anything you could do to help us. Look, the best I could suggest is maybe I can just keep this place as a bit of a safe haven, you know? Make sure that you can at least have somewhere to put your coat up, if need be.
Mishara's going to look at Sekuiji, and say, "Are your companions in the city, or are they out?"
We have companions in the city. Oh, sorry. Sakuichi says,
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. We were separated when we arrived. I just hope they're okay wherever they are.
Did you know that there was gonna be that weird foggy feeling whenever you first came here, or was that a surprise?
I didn't expect it, no. And it does explain what happened and how we were separated.
All right. Well, if we need to search the city first, then having a safe haven is a good thing for us at the moment.
This strange feeling from this in the city, did it start as soon as you went in the gate, or does it spread further out?
Oh, no. Entirely held in here. Something about Skywatch that keeps everything disoriented.
Bill will, at this point, ask Mats, but if you're here for a job, I presume you know where this wizard or whoever it is that you're trying to find is generally based. To make sure we don't accidentally steal any jobs from you, I presume you want us to stay away from a certain part of the city just so we don't step on your toes and claim any credit by mistake.
Nothing you need to worry your pretty head about.
Yeah. Bill's trying to sort of lean into the back mercenaries just to make sure that there isn't a turf war effectively that springs up.
Yeah, he says nothing you really need to worry your head about. We'll handle our own, well, things here and there.
All right. If while we're out and about we learn information, I assume you would like us to bring that to you? Be helpful if we knew what to listen out for. You know, in exchange for your help in providing us a safe place to rest.
Look, I really shouldn't be talking about this. He looks around at some of the other wolves. Look, you might need to come talk to the boss. But, you might, I'm going to get you to leave your weapons here. Boss can get a little bit jumpy.
And Lucia will turn and look at the rest of the group like, do we want to rest up before we talk to the boss, or just go take care of that right away? Find out what's going on.
I could also probably use
Well,
a rest.
My stuffing is
But I'm
all
okay either way.
unstitched right now.
Oh, do you need me to stitch you up? Oh, never mind.
Probably.
Okay, I'll help you.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, maybe we let the boss adjust to our presence before we speak to him. But we'll definitely more than happy to leave our weapons outside to not alarm him.
Oh, I more mean like we'll take your weapons just before you go and speak to them.
Ah. All right. I imagine you probably want some time to like let him know there's new people here.
Oh, they know you're here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The howling. It's how we you know.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
look,
well.
there's some tents set up just on the west side of the encampment. Pick anyone you like.
All right. Thank you.
I think Viv will reach like instinctively realizing they're in their puppet form, doesn't have their coat with their pockets. Just, oh, 1 second, Max. And will summon the Eidolon.
Wait, when did you desummon the Eidolon?
Whenever we were doing the stealth set, I was just the puppet, so I didn't have to roll for both Viv and or would you rather I brought it back whenever we got to camp.
I'd probably say you like traveling around. You'd probably have done because here's the thing, if you don't have the Eidolon with you, you're moving on your own unless someone is carrying you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when you're going through the streets, being that small might be dangerous.
that's
So
really
I'd probably say that getting out of the observatory, you'd probably have dismissed it. But then once you're out in the streets, you know, like I said, unless you like, you know, want that travel time to be on your puppet and not your Eidolon, that's kind of how I'm imagining it. But what do you want to do?
I'm fine with it having stayed. Just so that whenever we were rolling, I only rolled one of the stealth checks, which was
Okay.
the only thing. Yeah, I'll say that they've been back for the time that we've been talking to Mats.
Sure.
Because
Because I imagine Metz is talking to
The Eidolon.
the Eidolon, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good to know these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reach into their pocket and give Mats a button.
Metz accepts the button. Looks a bit confused, but accepts it.
It's just a little gift. I don't have much to give, but you know, never know when you'll need a button.
Well, that's very kind of you. Well, if you need anything, just give us a shout.
Thank you.
Quick
He-
question.
Mhm.
Telepathy, does it let me read minds too, or is it just for me to talk between people?
Just a communication.
Okay, so I can't read minds with it, like,
No.
and not talk? Okay. No problem.
Thank you for the insight bonus, Christina.
With the insight bonus, thank you for repointing that out. With the insight bonus, you can tell that even though he is incredibly friendly, Mats is very on guard.
Okay.
Considering how bloody and messed up we'd have all been coming down, I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah, but like when I say like like very very on guard.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm getting
I'd
the
say we gotta
vibe
stop.
that he's worried about his boss and his that's the vibe I'm getting. Like the boss is a problem here. Great. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's reconvene over at the tents. You know, get a little rest. She's thinking maybe we need to like group up, have a little huddle. It's yeah. So I guess we'll probably try to pick the most isolated tent we can find to give us a little measure of so we can like kind of speak in soft tones to each other and not be overheard, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'll
done.
tell Magnus to alert me if he senses anybody coming nearby. Let's see,
Magnus is on guard.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm a little concerned about this boss Max was talking about. He seemed on edge, and I don't know if it's because of this place or if it's because he's concerned about his boss's intentions.
Could be a little
Yeah,
of both.
It felt like he knew something. Maybe they know that we went through the gates? Because it didn't just feel like it was because we're random people.
They've also had gate problems.
Maybe his boss is another one of us.
Maybe
I
they're
mean-
just low on food.
I mean, some of our
Or
marks
they
are
said they have plenty of food and drink.
are quite clear. Maybe he spotted them all on us as we walked in.
They're looking for a wizard, they said?
Yeah. Yes, because he seemed very closed off as to what they're looking for, so I assume that they're not allowed to speak with it, but maybe we can get some more information from this boss of theirs. I assume that ultimately we're trying to get their help in helping to find your companions,
Sakawichi.
Sakuichi.
Well, yes.
All right. Maybe we can exchange some. Well, if we're going to help you go through this city to try to find your friends, maybe we can keep our eye out for something that they may want in case all of your companions are not in the city and we need help outside.
Okay, yeah, no, that seems reasonable. I mean, they are offering us quite a bit to, look out for us and help us out.
Out of curiosity, do you remember where in the city you actually lost track of everyone?
I'm so sorry. It was very, very quick, and at the start, we were together at the gate, and then we entered, and that was it.
Hmm.
So they could be roaming they could be roaming Skywatch.
Potentially.
I mean, I know I'm not as good at tracking as what some might be, but if you all came in at the same gate, at least it's a starting point to potentially follow. How long ago did you actually enter? Are we talking
Several
a
days.
day, a week?
Several
Oh.
days.
If this place is truly abandoned,
Do you know why the observatory doesn't give us the funny feeling?
The buildings don't generally do so. It's when you're trying to navigate around that I think maybe this effect is coming into play. Like I said, I've not been here very long myself, so I don't fully grasp what it is.
Interesting. Is this the first time you've come across magic like this?
At this point you realize Sakawichi is a foreigner from a very distant land who has come and walked in and been captured by hobgoblins. You see that she is uneased. You are beginning to sound a little like the hobgoblins who had captured her. Asking about the land, how this place works, how this functions, whether or not she's come up with magic.
Oh.
You see that
sorry.
I'm just saying this is an inside bonus onto it.
No, that's what Viv saying.
Oh yeah. No. Just in general, like you see that remembering, because I realize as well, there is a tendency towards wanting information, and this NPC is someone who is friendly and you trust, but pertaining to the information, the odds and likelihood of the stuff that she knows is going to be incredibly limited to this. So yes.
Yeah, I think we probably thought like she knew a lot more about this, but now we realize she's only been here a couple days.
Yeah, correct.
She came here to get to the observatory, got confused on the way, and that's basically what she does.
And then she got picked up by hobgoblins who, which, by the way, through the insight check, you would now kind of feel like the hobgoblins were probably also asking the same questions, like how this place works, which gives you a little bit of insight on what the hobgoblins may be doing.
Interesting. It seems like everybody's suddenly in this place looking for something. So maybe we can get more information about what it is they're looking for when we speak to their boss.
Mads also seemed to clam up as soon as we even broached the wizard, that I wouldn't be surprised if they themselves are trying to deduce everything, and maybe their boss thinks it's sourced from whatever wizard magic or mumbo jumbo that came out of. As Bill just basically starts mumbling because obviously he's got no idea about magic and the intricacies of it.
Well, I think we could all use some good rest before we try tackling whatever is going on here. It seems there's a lot of politics we're unaware amongst the various groups in this area.
Yes, my brain needs a break.
And don't worry, Sakuichi. We're gonna find your friends.
Thank you. I know we will as well. I just continue to pray for their safety.
Well, hopefully they're staying as much out of trouble as they can. And we'll find them. They're probably in the city, and since now we can navigate a little bit better, we should hopefully be able to find them. I guess we'll start by talking to the boss, seeing what we can get from there, and then we'll go, like Bill said, start at the gates and see if we can pick up their trail.
Okay. So you're gonna go talk to the boss?
Real quick honcho.
Sorry,
I
what was
think
that?
everyone wanted a long rest.
Oh, a
first.
long rest? Oh, sure, very well. Long rest.
Go honcho.
Okay, how do you want to do the long rest?
Considering I'm guessing we don't fully trust these things.
I think we should definitely keep watch.
Yeah, I would say that there would definitely be a watch rota going round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely want to be keeping watch.
You need us to actually decide an order to pair.
I shall go first.
Done.
Okay. Luciana's gonna be like,
I more mean as a DM, I don't usually give that much time to deciding the order, mostly because the order doesn't really matter. It's always a random chance when it's gonna happen, so there's no better or worse chance depending on which order you take it.
No. It's more, who do you want to buddy up with if we do it in that?
Correct.
Well, I will. All right, fine. I will watch with you.
All right. That's first watch is
wonderful.
Rongol and Lushara. Second watch,
I'll go.
And I'll go.
Vivian Aelith, and third watch will be Bilratar. Very well. Now let's see if our event happens and when. It'll be on Bilratar's watch. And yes, it will. Okay. Bilratar, I need a perception check from you. Por favor. Yeah, that's not ideal. All right. Do you wish to use a hero point?
No, I think just roll with it for this part.
Brilliant. Love it. Bilratar. There is a swift and decisive struggle before you realize 4 individuals are beset upon you. One moment.
Team, we can't let Bill on watch alone again. Can't be trusted.
Noted.
Especially after all that rage. He's probably like nodding off a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. True.
One moment.
Probably because he has better sight than I do.
Either that or his mind was turning back to his past mercenary days.
Mm. And now he's getting jumped.
Okay. That's not the
Or they get the
tension-
ones who are about
That's
to
not
be
the
jumped
tension that I want.
after he gets jumped.
Alright, you know what? Let's go with this one. There we go. Okay, so, Biruta, as you are jumped, you are dragged to the ground. Lashara, Aelith, Rongel, all of you are also jumped and tied down. This time not by like shackles or manacles, but like an individual mercenary on your arms and legs that just rush you and pin you. Very quickly, a gag is put over your mouths, all with the exception of Viv. Viv, you are dragged up by 2 large individuals. Or should I say your Eidolon is dragged up by 2 individuals. Do you continue to pretend to be a puppet? Or a doll?
I do, and the Adlon is like kicking and screaming very much like a child.
If it is, like, you notice that they're not trying to hurt you. Like, they're not, trying to punch you or anything like that. They're just really trying to overpower you.
Not screaming, but like legs are kicking, like trying to get back down to the ground.
How are they dealing with the Hellcat?
Depends. Do you want me to have to deal with the Hellcat right now?
No, I'd say let's
the
say that
weird
he
one.
did go back into kitty form to sleep off the night.
Very well. In that
Okay.
case, Kitty is completely unbothered, unperturbed, and can be later on summoned without being restrained or anything like that. If it is a Hellcat, then I have to restrain a Hellcat, which I will do. But I'd much rather, however you choose. Like I imagine Lushara, like
But I
for
have
the
to
sake
restrain
of
a Hellcat.
surprise, to actually,
Yeah.
get the jump on people, would normally keep Magnus in cat form until battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're not gonna restrain a cat. That just
Yeah, it's probably just a little cat and a rabbit just kind of like curled
just
up on
vibing,
where
chilling
she
out.
was sleeping.
Exactly. Okay. Now, and you notice that Magnus has just started licking his leg. He doesn't even care that you guys are being captured. Just like true cat form.
Yeah, he's like, it'll be fine. They'll be fine.
All right. Now,
Lushara's a
somebody enters the tent. You see Mats walking in with a very kind of stern look.
Hey, what gives?
Now, I'm only going to ask this once. Tell us who you are and what you're doing here. Don't lie to me. And he leans down when he says this the second time. Don't you dare lie to me.
Talking to Viv specifically?
Viv specifically.
Alright, down there. And the puppet stands up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen, I know, okay. I'm looking for my friend, and this is what they look like, so I've been traveling around seeing if anybody knows them. And it's a bit difficult to travel as a puppet, so I've been traveling mostly as them. Sorry, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know if you could tell that I was
Met stands up and walks over to the puppet. He reaches down, not violently or aggressively, but reaches down to pick you up. He kind of looks and inspects you, kind of pokes you a little bit.
Hey.
It's like, is this a robot? Is it, like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, my stuffing's still unstuffed, okay? We didn't get a good rest. I wonder why.
He looks at the others and says, wait here. And he leaves. As he drags you out into the cold night air, Viv, not too far away, in fact, directly opposite, in a building nearby, you hear... shh, 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 and can see this light sparking in the distance ever so often, along with the sound. Boss, you're not going to believe this. And in front of you, you see a familiar face, but with an expression you have never seen before. A grim and stern look as a child sharpening the edge of a large Viking axe watches as Metz enters. There's a lot of stuff that I thought I couldn't believe. You can see that by the child's side is a makeshift hodgepodge doll made of like tin cans and bits of scrap metal that have been thrown together. She looks at you, and there's a moment, a glimmer of violet in her eyes. You can see that as soon as you speak, she looks alarmed. Where did you get that? What are you?
I'm your friend, doll. Yeah, I've been looking for you.
My friend?
I don't know what happened. One second I was a doll, and then next I had cognizance, and I apparently gone through a gate.
She slams the axe into the ground hard. You must be joking. You and your friends come into our camp, pretending like you're me? What happened? You took this doll, divine my image, and then used it to impersonate me? For what? Are you working with the hobgoblins?
No. I haven't been around for very long, okay? So I'm still trying to figure out how, what identity is. But I promise you, I'm your friend, and I don't know why I'm alive. And all I know was your face. That's the face that I had for a long time. Whenever I first figured out I could think. Because that's the only face I knew and the only face I wanted to see. And I can tell you your favorite stories because I know which ones you read every single night. Because I was right there. And look. And, I imagine that somewhere on the doll there is a specific stitch mark from whenever, maybe while in her possession, Viv did get, had to get sewn up by a kid, and it's a very poorly done, stitch. You gave me this. It's me.
She stands up, and as she walks over, she says, "If you are my friend, then why did you leave me?"
I didn't know I did. Whenever...
She, at this point, unfurls her her shawl and reveals on her neck, like right in the center of her neck, the same tattoo that you have, the Gatewalker tattoo.
I can't remember anything.
I was alone. I was scared. And the one thing I needed wasn't there.
I'm sorry, I don't. None of us know what happened. All of us.
I know what
And
happened.
that.
And I'll show you. She walks over to Mats, who puts you down immediately, like, oh shit, you know, like, no. And he walks over to the back of the room. Viv walks over to you and picks you up. And as she does, she says, what happened was I saw a dream where my best friend came to life. She begins to walk you around the room, like with you in hand. I had a dream where I wasn't alone anymore, where my parents weren't fighting, where I didn't have to worry about kids throwing rocks at me, that I had someone to talk to, someone who would never abandon me. She seems to, like, sort of, again, just circle around this room. The only light here is illuminating from the fireplace, which she was sitting by when you entered. On the mantle, you can see that she has a number of trophies from various jobs that she had done as a mercenary since the time when you had reappeared from the gate. I have a new family. I have new friends. The wolf pack has taught me so much. And do you know why we're called the Smiling Wolves? Because we learned that in time, everyone needs to leave childish things behind. And as she says this, she stands holding Viv, the puppet, by the flames of the fireplace.
Whoa.
But that is where we will end today's session.
No.
And we will return
He's gonna get burned alive. No!
next week. I know, how horrible was that? Also, by the way, if anyone wants to have a look, ta-da! Look at that. How cool is that?
Dave.
I hope you like that.
Ow.
That, you know, I know that Schooly Eye has his freaking eagle eye on, and he's like, as soon as he's watching, he's like, oh, Dag's working on a Hero Forge mini. It's very obvious when I am, okay? So, by the way, in case it doesn't sell it enough, to make a point, from literally, like, the moment that they landed just before they arrived in camp, I was building this and had it finished to this quality by the time we got there. So, Hero Forge, absolutely amazing. And in terms of bringing people to life, freaking wonderful. So, yeah, go Hero Forge. Great. But yeah, no, that was the end of our session. Thank you again to our secret menu item donation, the return of the real Viv as the leader of the Smiling Wolves.
Whoa. It's like,
Puppet
Aw.
trauma right there.
Well, I am very
Puppet
glad.
drama.
Honestly, I'll tell you a couple of things. First of all, the story that I had in mind for Viv has had a number of different endings, including them finding Viv's corpse was actually one of the options here. So what I'd actually done with Cookiemon is I basically pointed and asked him on the map where he would like Viv to be. And he picked the mercenary camp, which is fine. It's great. But if they'd picked, say, the Mystic Market, there would have been a different situation. If they had picked the guard post, there would have been a different situation. If they had picked the gates themselves, there would have been a different situation. Even if they picked the observatory, there was also a choice there. So, yes, I'm very, very glad that it went this way, because I think having the younger Viv sort of turn dark because she no longer had the support of the puppet makes it so very meaningful that when the puppet returns, how she's reacting, because Viv has been
Viv is the
chasing this
childhood
child.
toy.
Like, yeah,
Awesome.
the puppet's been chasing this child the whole time, but the child is not the child anymore. It's a little older, you know. Like, even your Eidolon is like almost a year younger in appearance than the one you see in front of you. I know it's very subtle. I don't know if you can really tell much of a difference in terms of like age-wise, but I aged it up a little bit. But that was kind of the big element here. Now, to give everyone a clear vote here, the Smiling Wolves are friendly. However, when they showed up with the visage of their boss, who was claiming the identity of their boss, they're kind of like, you know, they're on guard here. So that's kind of where this is all going. So there's still a bunch of stuff and things like that. But yeah, we're good. Also, yes, to avoid the blip, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dano's Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Go and check me out in about 8 hours when I will be back for Curse of the Crimson Throne with a bunch of cool people to do fun, amazing stuff, like destroying a rebellion and fighting a giant castle, because that's what our group is doing. Boom. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our lovely audience members. And thank you to all the people who donated to help make everything work so freaking well today. You're all wonderful. You're all amazing. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying.